So this is question 12 from the trial exam. It was paper 2, question 8 from 2020. We've got some information about a function here. We've got the derivative, we've got the y-intercept, and we're told x plus 4 is a factor. So from that information, we should be able to reconstruct the original function f of x. So starting with the first bullet point here, best thing to do, I think, is to integrate this, and then we can figure out what the constants are around it. So if we do that, we're going to have f of x, and we integrate term by term. So we're going to add 1 to the power and divide by the new power. Okay, so that's plus ax squared over 2. Subtract 23x, and then plus a constant. Okay, so you can see we've now got 2 constants that we don't know. So therefore, we have f of x is going to equal 2x cubed plus ax squared over 2, subtract 23x plus c. So we've used that first bullet point. We're then told the y-intercept is negative 12. Well, the y-intercept, of course, is when you put in f of 0, you're going to get negative 12. Now, if you put 0 in, that's going to knock out the first 3 terms. So we also know that c is going to equal negative 12. Okay, that's pretty obvious, isn't it? We're then told that x plus 4 is a factor. So using the factor theorem, that means that if we sub in negative 4, we also get 0. Okay, for reasons which I've been over several times in class. All right, so x plus 4 is a factor. We're going to get 0 when we put negative 4 in. So let's do that. So if we sub in negative 4, f of negative 4 is going to equal 2 lots of negative 4 cubed plus a multiplied by negative 4 squared over 2, subtract 23 multiplied by negative 4, and plus c, but that's negative 12. So subtract 12, and that is all equal to 0, apparently, because we're using the factor theorem. Now, we just have to essentially expand, collect like terms, and solve for a. Okay, so let's do that. So we've got negative 4 cubed, so that's going to give us negative 64. And then we have to multiply that by 2. So that's going to be negative 128 for the first term. We then have negative 4 squared, which is 16, divided by 2. So that's plus 8a. We then have negative 23 multiplied by negative 4, which is negative 92. No, it's not. It's plus 92 because we have a 2 negatives multiplied together. Then subtract 12, and that's equal to 0. All right. Now we just have to collect like terms. So we're going to keep the 8a on the left-hand side. So if we add 128, subtract 92, and add 12, okay, so we'll see what that gives us. Well, 128 add 12, so that's going to be 140, subtract 92. So that's equal to 48. And divided by 8. So 48 divided by 8 is, of course, 6. Okay, so that seems to have worked out quite nicely. So just to finish off, we need to state f of x in its simplest form now. So in its simplest form, we have f of x is going to equal 2x cubed. Now a is 6, so that's going to be plus 3x squared. Subtract 23x, subtract 12. Okay, there we have it done.